The other day when I got home and, all the pine needles were on the ground, but I've been experiencing that day after day after day. But when you leave for a week and you come back, it's really noticeable, like the huge dump. And it was already a huge dump before I had gone. But anyways, the ground is full of needles. And so and it just felt super eerie. Like it just felt still and hot and humid. Like the whole thing just felt really weird. And so when I was standing out there, I was noticing like, man, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of birds. Like, where's the birds? And where's the squirrels? Like, why aren't the squirrels running around in the trees and stuff? So I was sitting there just noticing that, right? So I was thinking, well, I got to get up in the early morning and stand out there, because I've done a bunch of videos of early morning and do like a minute of nature sounds, like a minute meditation, because a lot of people don't really get it. Like my daughter, she's got a big situation going and she keeps asking all these different people, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? And I keep saying, nobody can give you your answers. There's only one person that knows what you should do, and you got to go meditate. And all of that is not going to change what's going to happen. It's just going to give you peace. So you need to go in and meditate and ask, like, what is going on? What should I do? That's what you need to do. And, she can't get it. But anyways, so meditation, hasn't been taught. They've taught people to go outside of themselves. So anyways, I've been doing these 1 minute meditation to kind of get that. And people, I just sit here and relax for a minute and just zone out, listen to nature sounds. That's meditating. That's relaxation. That is just going somewhere else with my consciousness. And so this morning I decided, fuck, I was going to do that. I'll run out there and do it. So I went and did a minute. Well, I didn't even finish the minute. I mean, it was quiet. It was me talking like, where's the birds? That's weird. Remember those videos I did a couple weeks ago where there was all those birds singing in the morning? Not weird. Where'd they go? Wonder what happened to them. Wonder where the squirrels are, man. They were just running in the trees. I was showing that, Where'd they go? And this is what I swear. This morning, I've been crying all day. Like, I've only been up a while and I just cannot stop crying. Everything is making me feel super emotional. And I went on TikTok. I mean, there's nothing to check on my stuff. Like, I'm so mental. Man, when they put you in a closet, they do not fuck around. Like, they just close you off and just, you want to talk? Talk to yourself, bitch. So it's just like, oh God, it's very super aggravating. But, I just saw this one guy who I really, really like. And he was saying that he lost a account that had 565,000 followers. Like, they don't give a shit. They just rip them right away from you. Even if you've put all this time and effort into building. I mean, mine, they just keep me where I can't even build it. They're just like, no. We don't want you talking. And as crazy as it sounds, I know that they know the people that they don't want talking. Like, they are hyper alert to a certain group of people who are here to get people to think for themselves. Like, they know just as much as all these people keep coming into the realization, I'm a light worker. Oh, that's what's going on here. I'm a starseed. Like, as much as people are starting to really like absorb that information and understand that they're here for a purpose, that they aren't just like earthlings, and that they have connections to other beings and all that stuff, and that they have information that other people don't understand and they're here to share it. The ones in control knew this was coming. Remember, they have looking glass. They are the ones who are manipulating this situation. And I think a lot of it is to try and just beat us down. And this morning, I was just like, shouldn't Nancy be there by now? Like, what the fuck? How long does it goddamn take to get to Taiwan? I don't give a shit if she's on a fucking boat or what the fuck she's on. Shouldn't she be there by now? Isn't it like this is the third day? Like, I don't know how long it takes to get there. But when there's all this going on, well, now it's, we got 7 countries going against us and all this bullshit that they keep fucking telling people, then why in the fuck isn't something happening? Why hasn't Nancy been shot at? Why haven't we declared war? Like, what the fuck? It is a goddamn Chinese water torture. It is just to terrorize us. I swear to God, it's about the luge. I swear to God, it's just to feed this other being, these other beings, this other part of their contract or something. Like, here, we'll keep feeding you, but you got to be on our side, because now on TikTok, I've heard so many more people talking about the Galactic Federation and all sorts of stuff. Like, I've heard so many people talking about stuff. It's mind-blowing now that it's weird too, because when I was first on TikTok, it was like I was watching the same 5 people all the time, the same people, their videos. And I was like, there was even a point I was like, oh my God, I wonder if other people are feeling like this about mine. Like, oh my God, lady, that's all I see is your stupid videos. And but now, all of a sudden, since I got back, there's been a huge expansion. Like, I'm just seeing all these people I've never seen before. Tons of people I've never seen before. I keep following all these people. They have so much interesting information. And people are talking about, all sorts of stuff. But it's all stuff that I've been talking about. So to me, it feels like, like-minded people. And it's weird because, they do that whole thing about finding your tribe and stuff. And I have gone in and tried to talk to so many people who talk about the same things as me and stuff and try and, build something on that. And it never goes anywhere. And I know that is because it's not supposed to. Like, I get that, but it is just also adds to the frustration of not being heard, not being seen, just feeling super isolated. Like, it is that micro macro because I'm so isolated here. Although this year I'm done being isolated. It was so nice to get out and travel around and go. And I really felt like I built my, what is that called? I feel like I built my, where before I felt intimidated. Like, if I go and I drive and I got to drive through traffic and all these cars and stuff, I'm going to crash. I'm not even going to know what to do. I'm going to freak out. I can't see and all this stuff. And, I don't have that feeling now. Like, that was a lot of driving, that 3,000 miles across the whole, from one end of the country down to the other and then back up and then doing 2 different routes and going all over through all those different things. I feel like I built my confidence. And so I am ready to go out and start driving. And now, you keep hearing every month it is like, all these people trying to put together the pieces. And this month now is supposed to be huge. August is supposed to be it. We can only hope. Like, how many months, how many years? I swear to God, now it is to the years. How it goes on and on and on. And we get hope and hope, like, oh, this is it. This is it. And it just drags on and on and on. But I don't know. I keep hearing August, this is it. And there's some kind of this big map that people keep sharing. I saw it a long time ago. And I don't even remember where I saw it. It must have been back talking about the letter and the alphabet stuff, because during 2020 is when I started seeing about that. I had seen about it before, and when I had seen about it, it was saying all this stuff. Like, it was a little video thing, and it was saying all this stuff. And I was like, I agree with this. I agree with this. I agree with this. And then I sent it to some people. And of course, it's my brother, the one that is... all my family is very left-leaning progressive. So there was the only conservative was my mom, and that's the only person I've been able to talk to this whole time during this, because everybody else is still very much on the script of the progressive liberal narrative. So, they're part of the agenda. They don't see past it. They see it as the way forward. So, I mean, are you willing to eat crickets? You're willing to just eat some dead babies? Like, what? Like, oh my God, if they looked into stuff, they would have such a different attitude. You know, you got to laugh at it because it's so disgusting. It's so weird. It's so strange, this whole thing. So anyways, with, what was I going to say? It was something about, oh, damn it. I do that so much. I still feel really, really weird. Like this has been going for a couple weeks where I feel super disconnected from this whole world. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it feels weird. Like I feel still like, I don't know, like I'm barely a part of this world or something. Like there were so many times while I was driving where I was thinking like, maybe I already died. Maybe I'm about to leave my body. Maybe this is just a process. So you know, I'm leaving my body or something. Maybe I'm leaving this reality right now. Like I feel really weird like that. And, but what was it? But anyways, when I was driving, it built my confidence, and I'm going to go out and start traveling. And there is stuff about in August and stuff that I heard about the money thing. Like a lot of people are talking about the money thing. A lot of people are talking about the Galactic Federation. A lot of people are talking about the food and be prepared and the history that we know and how this is repeating what they have done before, that they have created famine, taken weapons, and then destroyed the people, then start over. So that's what, you know, it's like their pattern of what they do. And they're trying to do it, except we're all awakening and seeing through the bullshit, which is the big change in time. It's the change in reality, because it is always going to happen this way, because it is the changing of the age. It was always going to happen the other way because we were playing our parts in the reality. We were coming in and using that reality so that we could understand ourselves in those situations, because there was a lot of dark situations. Oh my God. I swear, the more stuff that comes to the surface, it's just like, oh my God, this place has been so dark. It's so, I don't understand how people can't see that this is a vibration of what you would consider hell. Like I see it like this is hell. And but the money thing, if the money thing is going to change, that is immediately what my plan is. As soon as the money thing switches over, I'm hiring somebody to finish this work here. And you know, I was even thinking about this the other day, and I know it's all about timing, so I know that this isn't what I'm supposed to do, because if I was supposed to do it already, it would have already been done. So, and I would already be on my way, but that isn't what was supposed to play out, apparently. And however it's going to go is my lessons to learn. So if I didn't move fast enough or whatever that happened, because I kept being like, well, the bank's about to crash and I want to have this be, you know, so I have a little rental place for travelers, and that they can, because a lot of people come up here to travel because it's a super beautiful place. And so that's what I kept thinking. And then, you know, as this is drug on and on and on, and I've seen the people I'm around, and there's so many weird things. Like, man, there's so many weird things around here. It's not my jam. Like, this is not my, it's weird because there's so many times where it's just like, what am I doing here? Like, how did I end up here? What is the lesson here? Like, I go to my guides and ask them. And there's a lot of times that you just don't get like a clear cut answer that satisfies you. A lot of it is just, you know, you got to just ride that wave, see where it's taking you. And so to me, I was, you know, now I'm all into this. I really want to sell my place and move out onto an island somewhere and just live out on a beach. Fuck, I don't care. I'll live in a goddamn tent. Just, you know, the things that I used to think were important aren't important to me anymore. You know, now it's just like, whatever, you know, I just want to live and be free. I just want to, you know, experience my life outside of the realm that they provide. And so now I was thinking, well, if the money thing does switch, because before I didn't jump on it, And I kept thinking, well, the bank's about to crash. Bank's about to crash. Like, I'm not shitting you. In 2020, when I started hearing about the Nisara Gasara, I went and bought a bunch of silver. I stopped paying all my bills. I stopped paying my house payment for a long time. We had that little, COVID thing, but I thought, it's going to crash way before that ends. It's going to crash before the end of 2020, like for sure. It's like middle of 2022. So I stopped paying my bills a long time ago, and I don't answer their calls. And it's so crazy because I used to get so caught up in that, like, oh my God, I didn't pay my bills. Oh God, I'm going to be, and I would take their shame. And they call and shame you. And then, they'll do you a favor and set you up on a program, but you better be right there and you better pay it and stuff like that. And you take this abuse from these fucking people who probably aren't paying their own damn bills. I've known people in collections and they're not paying their bills anymore but they're harassing us to pay ours. So anyways, I used to get caught up in that. I used to feel like shit about myself. I used to put all this pressure on myself to make sure that I got my shit paid, and now I'm just like, fuck them. Fuck them. Like, seriously, you have been fucking me with no Vaseline for far too long. I'm done being your fucking play toy. I'm done with it. And so, and if that means living in a tent on some sort of waterway somewhere and fucking figuring out how to survive, then that's what it means. I don't care anymore. I don't want to be a part of this system. And so to me, if shit goes down with the money thing, because that is the biggest thing to me, that is going to be a big shift. Like, the truth coming out is going to be a huge shift, but that's going to be a lot of shocks, a lot of people who are just traumatized for however long that takes. The money thing, the people who have these super expensive houses, that's going to hurt. When they all of a sudden find out that they just lost everything on their house, but they also don't owe anything. And I was trying to get this through to my brother, because when I was at my in-laws, I was at this beautiful farm, and and they're very caught up in the whole system, still doing this and all of that stuff, very much a part of it. And so I was thinking, these are the people who are going to be traumatized when the money thing goes down. They're going to be so confused. They're going to think that they just lost everything. And they're not going to understand really what's happening. And I was thinking, man, I should try and tell them. How do I bring this up? Because I always sound crazy. Everybody thinks I'm fucking crazy. You just get so old. Just every fucking time you talk to somebody. Just like with them next door, when I very first started telling them. And if you listen to me all the way back when I very first started doing this, and I was saying that, accusing me of being a liar, and just every time I would speak, just this look like being called a liar and stuff, and everything I would say, run in and try and look it up and then come out, see, this isn't true. It's like, it's true, but I don't know, just beat you down. But definitely feeling like, well, this is just not my people. This is just not my people. And keep trying to, reach out and talk to people and, become a part of something or something. And it's just like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm a ghost myself. And so, but if the money thing goes, my whole thing is going to be, I'm going to buy a camper right away. If I can get a houseboat too, I would like to get a houseboat and put it somewhere in a water thing. But it's worrisome because what they're doing to all of the coastline right now, like they intend to destroy a lot of people. So, everything is about timing, and everything is, you're going to be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. But if the banks go, then I would think that it would be pretty safe. Who knows how long they're going to, if they've got everybody arrested, if there's still people who have some power in different ways and that they can still do things. I don't know. But my plan is to get some sort of houseboat or something. And I want it on some sort. I would love to be down in the Gulf. That's where I want to go. I like the Gulf. But in the naval map, see, New Orleans or Louisiana is totally gone. And all of that coastal, the whole coast is completely cut in. And then that Mississippi goes and spreads so wide that takes up you know, fuck, way more space. Like, you know, all you gotta do is look at that naval map and, you know, why was it there? And I remember hearing about it from Dolores Cannon and her talking about all of these generals and stuff are retiring and coming and buying houses way up here in the high hills. This is weird. And, you know, there's something to what's going on. And they know, oh, that map thing, yeah. And I started seeing that when I was very first started hearing about it. That's what I was talking about. Okay, so the with my one brother, the one, so when I had sent that stuff out, when I was listening to the stuff about that, it was a video and it was saying all of this stuff about that letter in the alphabet, you know, about different things. And I was like, man, I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. And I started sending to people. And then the one brother, he comes back and he says, that's a cult. That is all bullshit. Don't listen to any of that shit. Those people are a bunch of cult people, and, you know, went off on this whole thing. And so then I was like, oh, okay, weird. So this was before 2020. This was like 2017 or 2018. And so then I was like, oh, okay, well, weird. Because I really did agree with a lot of the stuff they said. And he was like, oh, it's manipulable, whatever. And so then, you know, I just didn't really listen to any of that stuff. But then once 2020 happened and I started going out and looking for information because I had no one to talk to. Nobody was listening to me. Everybody thought I was crazy. And everything that I saw, nobody else was seeing. So I was looking for other people, just like I did when I very first started having my awakening. I went to YouTube and I did the same thing when that happened in 2020, when I started seeing things that other people didn't see. And so then I started finding groups of people who were seeing the same thing, and they kept talking about that letter in the alphabet. And I'm sure that's when I saw this big map thing. And when I started hearing about them then, and I started hearing about the post and stuff, see, I was like, oh, this is real. I was blown away by, you know, some of the stuff that, like, a year and a half before something happened, and they could tell you the date. And when I started hearing it, because I had already come at this from the ufology, you know, the hidden history, the lies that we've been told, and the what was I going to say? It was some other hidden thing, but about aliens and stuff. That's what, you know, I knew that they were lying about that stuff. I knew they were lying about supernatural stuff. I knew all of that stuff was lies. There was a certain point where I thought they just were ignorant, like they were just stupid, like, you know, scientists just, they don't understand things that they can't see or something. Like I really was confused for a long time why they kept saying this stuff didn't exist. But then once I started seeing through what was going on in the agenda, but so this map, I'm sure I saw that then, but this map is going around everywhere. It's the Great Awakening. I guess you can buy it for like $30. I don't know who made it or whatever, but it says all of this stuff that has already happened and is going to happen and stuff. And I don't know if that's where people are coming up with this August date. But anyways, people are really into this map. So I think it's just called the Great Awakening map, and you can buy it from somewhere. I think probably if you just Google it, you can look at it, and you can, if you want to get it, people are really into it, talking about it right now. And so, you know, there is, the stuff is real. The whole thing with the Great Awakening. And, you know, and I keep seeing these people who are just anti-Trump now and anti that letter and stuff like that. It's like, well, it's because you were putting too much into it. It wasn't about what they thought it was about. It was about waking people up. It was about getting people to look at something and to pay attention and to research. That's what that freaking letter was saying the whole time. Look deeper into this. Look into this. You might want to check this out. Look into these people. Like, that's all it was doing the whole time. And it really did wake people up. I mean, that was a huge thing in the Great Awakening where people started going and listening because, you know, the Trumpster was telling people, and then that was coming out and telling people, and people started going in and doing research. But before he was ever even elected, and weird. And I had seen where he, had let's see, with Trump. Oh, when I was on Facebook before I lost my Facebook account, which yesterday I watched this. It is on Netflix. My mom had told me to go in and watch some movie, and I went on and saw that I had already started. It was that Ryan Reynolds one. A lot of people thought it was cute, but I'm so fucking sick of them, putting their spokespeople down our fucking throat. And I'm so fucking sick of them making their cute moments in a movie. Like, it's all fucking, oh, man. Ugh, I can't stand it. I cannot stand the manipulation that goes on in these movies. So, God, my hair is funky lately. And, anyways, with the, oh God, see, I just keep getting lost. Anyways, with the letter thing, the people now are turning against that. It's like, what were they wanting from it? Like, it was just telling you to look into things. Oh yeah, so yeah, during the when they 2016, and I was all about Bernie, and I was going to. I was following it. I went to go see him in person, like all of that stuff. I thought, he was moving us in a better direction. He was taking just all the stuff that he was saying. But I was on Facebook then. And so when I was on there and I was seeing what people were talking about, people were already doing research. I mean, there was already stuff being said about Hillary and stuff. And I couldn't believe it. And see, that could have already come from that whole letter. And I didn't know, but there was already people looking. So people have been looking into this shit since 2016, red pilled and talking about it and being called crazy. And everybody who would come to their side suddenly became crazy. And not just crazy, we became racist. We were racist about everything. So then there was another thing that crossed my mind while I was saying that. What was it? The election back then. Oh my gosh, I feel so out of it still. And Stella is back to herself of just whining and crying and waking me up all night. When she was really sick, she didn't even, she was having more problems. Now she's getting back to being more, like if you could see her right now, she just cracks me up. She's got this giant bed, and she's got half of her body up on the bed and half of it down on the bed. She's such a character. But anyway, she's back to waking me up and coming in my room and whining and crying at me. And it's like, oh my God, babe. Oh my God, I'm so tired. Just let me sleep. I feel like I could sleep for days. And I feel like it's just energetically exhausting. Like yesterday, I decided I was going to sit outside. I know I'm skipping around, and I'll get back to whatever it was that keeps popping in my head. But so yesterday, I decided I was going to sit outside. I don't know, probably Stella kept bitching and bitching at me. So I'm like, okay, I'll come sit outside. And, wherever the sun has moved to now, it's like so far down on my trees. Like these trees are like 60 or 70 feet tall, and they just block the sun. Like the sun is so close that it can't even get over the trees. But, I'm sure believe science, whatever science tells you. So now it's real low on the trees. Like the sun can't even get up 50 feet now. Like it's just having a hard time. And it's moving at a different speed. Oh, like the whole fucking thing is just ridiculous. And I don't even know if I finished telling that other day when I was in the desert and I was driving. It was totally pitch black. You can tell when there's clouds in the pitch black. I cannot believe people come in, oh, well, it's just clouds. There's clouds out there. That's why you don't see any sun. And so I was like, motherfucker, goddamn. I've got eyes. My eyes work. I can see. I know what clouds look like. I know what clouds look like in the dark. God damn, I'm 61 years old. You think I've never seen a goddamn cloud in the dark? It's like, oh my God. Oh God, I'm so sick of these people who just want to try and make sense of it. It's like, you are not going to make sense of it. You are being lied to about every motherfucking thing. And if you're trying to make sense of it, you're trying to stay a part of the game. So let go of the game. Let go of the bullshit. It's time to move forward. It's time to face yourself, no matter what that is. Like, there's a lot of people who don't want to face themselves, so that they worship the devil in the Bible. Like, well, you're going to have to face it. You know, you're going to have to resolve that in your own mind. You know, that's for you to figure out. But, you know, you can't just leave it. You're going to have to face it and figure out, like, why would I do this? Why would I do that? Why would I, you know, be mean to people and bully people and stuff like that? Like, all of that stuff has to come up. Just like all of these people who are now injured, and they have to face, like, bad medical decisions. Well, you know, I'm part of that team. You know, here I am going fucking blind because I trusted these motherfuckers. I've got a brain injury because I trusted these motherfuckers. The colitis, I don't have a problem with that. Now, that was the one thing that I could heal by, you know, getting rid of the chemicals and taking better care of myself. But, you know, these other things I can't do anything about until, you know, we get the med beds. But anyways, if the money thing does go, I'm going to just hire some construction guys to come here, start working on my place, because I got to fix that porch. I want to build another porch. I want to winterize that one building, and I got to do the bathroom floor, which is going to probably be a big job because it had already flooded, and it had been flooded over and over, but insurance doesn't give a shit. Insurance is part of the scam. It's part of the game. And there's a girl who we share videos back and forth up here, and she's a little bit, like, I'm not really sure where she is to me. I think she's in Birch Bay or something. And so we're near each other, but she went, so the floods that happened here were down in the valley, and I'm up on the hill. And so down in Everson and Sumas, where they flooded everything out, and that's where it isn't a very big place, like, but that it does have a grocery store. It's where the vet is and stuff. And Everson, Sumas is even smaller. It's right at the border, and you know, it's got a couple of restaurants and, you know, some gas stations that I think are more like grocery stores. It's very small. But so she went to some sort of city council meeting the other day, she said. I think she was trying to talk about, you know, that they're not doing any of the stuff to clear the stuff to keep it clean and clear for fire. Like, they're setting fires up. Like, they should be cleaning out all this brush. She's been really concerned about what she's seen, about the chemicals. Like, she's about, like, we're in alignment of how we see this stuff. So we share stuff back and forth. And she went the other day to that city council thing, and she said all these people were in there saying, insurance isn't paying, FEMA's not, nobody's doing anything. They're not helping rebuild the infrastructure. They're not helping to get these people back in their houses, nothing. Because it's all a scam. It's all a motherfucking scam. They don't give a shit. Insurance is part of the whole thing. It's just like, I saw these commercials come out all fucking day, because I put YouTube on and I have like this meditation music and stuff like that on. And these commercials come on all day of social security, but also it's like this, they aim it towards old people or something, because it's like, what's going to happen when you die? You need to set this up ahead of time. You can't put this on your family. You need to get all this set up. And these people who are older, they have been so programmed for so long, you know, that they would feel like, oh my God, yeah. I mean, look at how much funerals are now. $10,000, $20,000 to goddamn bury somebody. That's big business. That is fucking ludicrous. We should be able to take a goddamn rowboat, put our first person in it, have our ceremony, put the goddamn, you know, match thing on the boat, send the boat out, start it on fire, and let them burn, and all of us sit out. I mean, there is no reason for us to be having to pay this kind of money to have a ceremony for our people who are passing. It's ludicrous, and it's disgusting. And that was the thing on Netflix too. So when I went on Netflix, you know, my mom told me to go watch this movie that was really cute and stuff, and I'm just, I couldn't even get through the movie. I'm so fucking disgusted. And I watched it weeks ago. So I told her, you know, I already saw it, but the thing that popped up was some docu-series about the most hated man on the internet or something like that. So I went on and I started watching it, and it was this guy, his name's Hunter, weirdly enough. Hunter Moore, and he was super popular, and people, and I was like, is this person even real? Are they making this up just to put this name out here? Like, this is fucking weird. The whole fucking thing is weird. Like, everything is so weird. So, like, what is the chances of that? Well, this stuff is going on, and then this guy comes out, Hunter Moore. It's like, what? So he is this young, obnoxious, oh my God, just obnoxious guy. Oh God, he's a disgusting person. And the whole time I'm watching, I'm like, oh my God, dude, do you even have any idea the energy you're putting out was going to come back and get you? Oh my God. So what his thing was is, apparently a girl broke up with him and broke his heart. So he decided the best revenge is to create a website and put her nude pictures all over it and let everybody come in and talk shit about her. That was like, this is a good plan. You know, you hurt me, I'm going to hurt you back. So that's what he did. And it caught on, and all these people started sending in pictures. And then the following, the cult group, he called it the family, and the family, which was a lot of people, and it included girls who were willing. I mean, this one girl, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh, it is, oh, how low people will sink, how low they think of themselves. It's just like, oh my God, it is mind-boggling. This one young girl, and she was making excuses, you know, at this point, you know, of, I swear to God, I just washed my hair. It feels like it just looks, I'm trying this other soap bar now called, it's the Earthling brand. This is Viora. This is supposed to be rice water, but, and I don't know if it, I don't know. But anyways, I just got out of the shower. My hair should be wet, and I feel like it just looks like oil is in it. But anyways, like this girl, she, I don't even want to. So she had done something, stuck something up her butt and videotaped it. And then he got video of it. And then, so what he would do is he would get pictures of you. And he ended up going to prison because they were doing hacking. He did get a guy who he was working with who was a hacker. He would hack into people's accounts through their Facebook and then get access into their email, then get access into their stuff, hack into their stuff, find pictures of them. And then he would sell them to this guy, and this guy would put them on there and then make fun of these people. This whole family, this huge family of people. And when they would do it, because it was all going through Facebook, they would link it to your Facebook. So people could find you. So it wasn't just like you were on this random, you know, you had nude pictures on this random thing and you didn't know anything about it. No, they would go in to your Facebook and then start harassing you on Facebook. They would go in and look like, I mean, people were having it where they lived and stuff. And this guy even went that far as when it started being people coming back on him and he started getting in trouble, then he started saying, I'm going to post your addresses and stuff. I mean, this guy was a psycho because he was already, like, the family of people were already so threatening, so humiliating, so rude. They were just above and beyond. I mean, they are the most extreme bullies. Just disgusting how they would talk to these people. You know, these girls' pictures are being stolen, and then they're telling them they're a fat slut and stuff like that. It was really sick. And so then this girl who had put this in her butt with her friends, because it was funny, I don't remember what it was, the thing, but somehow he got the video. Oh, I think she sent the video. This is like, that's what I'm saying. Some of these girls were all a part of it. So she sent the videos, and then it got linked to her Facebook, and her Facebook had her kids' pictures. And so then people were coming in and freaking out about like her kids and saying like your kids deserve better and all of this stuff. So she became desperate to get her kids off of her Facebook so that she could just get famous off of this other stuff. She was really intent on becoming famous for porn, apparently. And so she got her kid, so she was trying to talk to Hunter and tell him, like, oh, please, oh, please. And then, so she came up with a negotiation. She would do whatever. She would do videos. She would do all this stuff, whatever. So she became famous for being called. That's what she kept calling herself. That's who I am, the butthole girl. Like, everybody knows me and stuff like that. So her whole thing was he would call and talk to her, and she would do videos of putting anything that he said up there. And I don't even know. Like, sometimes you hear about this stuff, there's this fringe stuff going on, and it's just like, oh my God, what in the hell is happening? And so anyways, this is a docu-series talking about, showing what this guy did and how he was taken down and the whole thing. And it was so disturbing. It was so disturbing how these people would just sell themselves out and just didn't care. But my Facebook was hacked back when all of this stuff was going on. My Facebook was hacked. And at the time, I don't think I would have had any pictures that they could have accessed, but I mean, like, who fucking knows? Like, I mean, we've all had, I mean, a lot of us have had relationships where you send a picture to somebody. So where do those pictures go? Like, I delete those pictures, but I don't know. I don't know. This, it caught my attention because I had my Facebook hacked. And the Facebook hack that I had, the only thing I had known of was that people were messaging me and saying, why are you asking me for money? I can't afford to give you any money. It's like, I'm not asking you for money. My Facebook was hacked. I don't have access to it. That's somebody else. It's not me. And then there was a bunch of people that just stopped talking to me. So I never went back on. To me, Facebook was a scam. When I started trying to talk to them and tell them that what was going on, they were just like, oh, well, they have your account now. There's nothing we can do about it. And they went in and changed my my password and all this stuff. And Facebook was just like, well, we can't do anything about it. It's like, really? So these people can take my account, go in and start asking people to give them money, change my passwords, access all my stuff, and you can't do anything about it. So that was the end of Facebook to me. I have some shadow Facebook thing now that is just so I can get on Marketplace, because that's my only access to be able to buy or sell something out here in this neighborhood, because I was taken down off Nextdoor. And that is, like, when you live in a rural community, like, those little things like Nextdoor is what keeps you updated on what's happening around here. But, I couldn't say anything on there. And, what was it? Because, man, when was I taken down? And it was all about these, and I was talking about people were acting like Nazis, like, this has already happened. How can you not see this? This has already happened. And there was like, 3 or 4 people who were arguing with me and attacking me. And the one, Ted Royal, of course, he's always the one who, I really want to meet Ted Royal to his face. I heard, and he could have been up in the food bank line. I could have been standing next to him at this point. I don't know who he is, because I've heard now where I'm like, who the fuck is Ted Royal? And somebody was telling me he's like this old hippie guy, and he is, he's not any fucking hippie, I'll tell you that. He's negative, no, he's not anything about peace and love. So he is, he's more of a brown shirt. So, and his girlfriend works at the gas station. So they're there's not a lot of jobs out here. And the people who work in the jobs out here think that they're, pretty hot shit. But this community was around for a while beforehand. And it was a lot of people who were just kind of like, I don't know, kind of against the system maybe, but now they're just so much a part of it. Like, it's very strange. Like, I don't really get it. It's the upside down. It's very upside down out here. You know, it's strange. And, you know, I can't wait to get back on the road. I swear to God. I just want to, I hope so bad that August, that the banks finally go down. Like, I do not get how they keep this going. It's just, it's mind boggling. But people are saying August that we're going to have a change in power. And I don't know if that's on that map, but people are really feeling like this is it. August, we are going to see the change. And I don't know if that's all part of, you know, Nancy on her way to getting blown up and Joe on his deathbed once again, and who knows where the horse is. So, you know, I don't know, but I want to just hire some people, you know, and then go get in my camper, just start traveling around. It is so beautiful out there too. Like, there's so much of the country to see. And when you travel the interstate, they just take you, it's faster, but they take you around things, like, and then they clog up the exits. Like, when I was driving on the state highway, there's no rest stops. There's fucking no rest stops. Like, I would drive hundreds of miles with just nothing except for open land, open scenery, places where we could go in and dig lakes and dig reservoirs and build dams and create communities, create our own little cities. You know, we don't need their fucking cities. I just saw a commercial of their plan. They want to fit 5 million or 5 billion, whatever, people in 35 square miles. So that's going up. We're going to be all living in high-rise buildings, and that we would all eat just off of that. Like, it's all this, oh, they're going to do so well with the planet. No, you're not. The way that the planet does well is we all spread out. We grow what we are going to consume. We go back to there not being waste, not poisoning the water, not poisoning the air, not poisoning our bodies. That's what we got to go back to. And there's plenty of land open to do that. It's not about anything about the planet. It's about control. It's about controlling us. It has nothing to do. And then the control is just to enslave us. It's the way, you know, it's the reason why we were invented. The reason why we were manipulated to begin with was to create the slaves. And we still are the slaves to their system. And this, you know, but it's all coming to the surface. Like, we're all seeing it now so that we can break free from it. But it's always been that we've been their slaves. So I can't believe how I keep just getting completely, like, I don't even, oh man, I feel weird. I feel weird, and my hair's weirding me out. Like, it's weirding me out that it feels like it's like got oil in it. Like, it couldn't get that much oil in it just off of my face in just a few minutes. Like, I don't know. Is the shampoo even washing the oils out? Like, I don't know. I don't want to use any detergent on my hair, though. I haven't used any of those detergents on my hair in a while. And last night I did one of those salt baths because my joints have just been killing me. And I don't know. I know after the med bed thing that they said, you know, you have to keep detoxing. Like, she was talking about, one of the things was somebody said that they got worse when they got home. And she said, you know, do your salt baths and stuff like that, because it's the toxins that can't stay in an alignment in your body. You know, you purge them out or something, which I hope. But my eye situation is, you know, a huge problem. And there's that girl, I know I talked about her before, who she keeps talking about her eyes, and she has some sort of thing. And she's desperate. I mean, she is doing one video after another, and she keeps trying to go viral. She said, you know, she keeps trying to get attention and go viral on this issue. She's scared. She doesn't know what to do, and she's trying to get someone to help her. I went in and told her, you know, I'm going through the same thing, but she doesn't want to, you know, talk. I don't know what she's looking for or who she's looking for, but I've commented several times, you know, like, I'm going through this too. Because she keeps saying, are other people going through this? What are you going through? You know, and I've tried to tell her, and I've tried to tell her what I'm doing. But anyway, she was at the hospital yesterday, and I don't know how long she was in there, but she was doing a video showing that she was in the hospital, and, you know, they're running all these tests, and she's desperate. And she was saying that she's also seen all these little color blocks, which I said, I keep seeing that. And I want to tell her, I think you're seeing past the illusion, the little color blocks. Is once you see the little color blocks, that's what's real. The pictures that it creates isn't real. The pictures it creates is what we create for our reality. The little color blocks, that's the rainbow of the atmosphere that we project into, which you can see why things have to be a certain way to create that place of projection. And so there's a whole thing to realities and realms and vibration and frequency and projecting yourself in. But anyway, so she's seeing, she said, like when you don't have your TV on, well, it used to, I don't even know if it still does that, where it's just a little black and white stuff moving. That and I keep, and I've said, like, I keep seeing things past what is shown to us. And when I was listening to her, I was thinking she's seeing that too, but except she thinks it's something else. I think I'm seeing past the illusion. I don't know what she thinks is going on. And but then she was saying that her eyes are just going so bad so fast. And see, that's what I'm having too. They're going so bad so fast. And then I had seen where there's people talking about the frequency and the chemicals, and they'll do these breakdowns and explain what all these different things do and how, what's happening. And I've heard over and over that these things attack the eyes, and so any of us who have a weakness in our eyes, we're going to be feeling it more. And I had been trying that colloidal silver and, spraying it. And it does, I think it does do something. I think it does help. But it's definitely, my eyes keep doing it. And they keep, I feel like every day they get worse, and it's kind of just defeating because, I went in, that was like my main thing in the med bed on mine. On Stella, I was trying to, when I was setting the intention, I was trying to see her as being healthy and getting around and, just back to being healthy. And for mine, I was trying to see like my eyes and I'd be able to see good and stuff like that. And now it just is getting so much worse. But that tells me that it is the frequency and stuff. Like, it is these chemicals. It is, they are completely under attack. Because why aren't they getting better? Why are they just getting worse? Because they're attacking whatever these chemicals attacks, like if it's a neurological or what it is, how it is that it, and it probably partly is it absorbs into our eyes. Everything absorbs through our skin, through our hair. We breathe it in. And that doesn't mean that we need to wear masks. At this point with these chemicals, we need to wear those big things with those, that they show in Armageddon movies where people are going around with these giant gas masks, and what are we going to all walk around with those? I bet you we couldn't even find them. You'd have to go to some World War II store or something and find them. Like, they are trying to actively kill us. They're not trying to give us solutions to save ourselves, So they probably already made those things obsolete. There was, oh man, there's just so many things that I keep having coming into my head that I keep seeing and wanting to talk about. But anyways, I don't remember if I said that this morning I saw this big giant, it was huge. It was live. So, I don't think it can be faked, but it was, what are those things called when all those people go and they hold up their signs and they were marching and chanting and stuff. It looked like all just regular people. It wasn't people like wearing, like how it was before the people that were burning down all the cities. They aren't people like that. These were just regular looking folks, but they were all speaking a different language, and I couldn't read, as all of the comments were in a different language, So I was trying to figure out, at first I thought it was Germany that were doing it. And then, and I asked, but I don't know, maybe people couldn't understand what I was saying. So, and if they said it back, I couldn't figure it out from the writing. But then I started thinking, well, maybe it's Russian, but the writing didn't look Russian. It definitely looked like German. But anyways, it was a huge, whatever those things are called. Can't think of what they're called. Man, I'm just, I just feel energetically just drained. I just feel so burnt out. So just sick and tired of the whole fucking thing. I just hope, god damn, please, fucking blow down or blow up her ship or whatever today. You know, start something. Let's get this show on the road. Like, let's have some action happen. And, you know, I know there's a lot of people who are saying, you know, when it goes down, it's going to be intense. It's going to be scary. And hopefully everybody's prepared. I feel overly prepared. I feel like it's a daily on edge, you know. It's just like, come on. It's like when you go to the eye thing and they're going to do the puff in your eye. Like, I've had to have those done so many fucking times. And they're going to do that puff in your eye and you're supposed to hold your eye open. It's like, that's what this feels like. Like, how long do we have to sit here and wait for this to go on? To me, this has got to be about the luge and the Chinese water torture, because this is fucking ridiculous. Like, oh, yeah, we're going to war. That's it. The Chinese, they're ready. They're going to bomb us. And she comes, and then here she comes. And it's like, well, where is she? What's going on? How many days does it take for her to get there? Are they not going to go out and meet her? They're not going to just start shooting missiles? Like, what's happening? Nothing? Just more nonsense? And I did see some news bulletin or news clips where they were showing stuff in Kentucky. So they are showing something about that flood. You know, I don't know what all's on the news unless I see some sort of clips. And it does seem like some of the news people are starting to say stuff in a different way than they used to. So, you know, and I think that's all part of the awakening too. And who knows if they're just waking up to it or if it's all part of their script. Like, they're supposed to be one way, to be so outrageous and so outlandish, and then switch to kind of guide us, you know, because people need a lot of guidance. Like, which way to go? I don't even know. They don't know how to tune into their own selves. They don't know how to listen to themselves. They don't even know themselves as talking to themselves. They don't even know that there's communication going on all the time. Like, it's so hard to really wrap my head around what people believe that they are, why they're here. And it's just like, they just think they're an accident. It's just, you know, a fluke. It's just a fluke. We're here. And, you know, what does it all mean? And where's everyone else? And is there other people out there? And, you know, how did they get there? And are they going to try and kill us and stuff? Like, it's just, you know, it's very primitive. It's so primitive. But, you know, that's what they've been trying to do, is keep people in that place. Keep us in this primitive, dependent. God, my stomach is growling like crazy. Man, I don't know. I guess I'm hungry. So, anyways, I don't know. I'm probably just stop talking now. I feel like I'm just rambling all over the place. I feel so scattered. I feel like, I don't know. I just feel weird. I just want stuff to start fucking happening. Something to start happening. And I want to, I definitely want to just get out there and just travel. And I don't know if it's going to be, when shit goes down, see, I completely believe it's going to get horrible. And it's going to seem super scary, but then there's going to be an abrupt go the other direction. So I think it's going to be quick. Like, I don't even think it would be a full day of, you know, us all thinking that we're going to die. I think it could be, you know, just like in Hawaii, that 10 minutes where they all thought they were going to die. That impacted, I'm sure it impacted most of the people who were there. So, you know, and I think a lot of people already are in that mindset. Like, we're all about to die. We're all about to die. What's it mean? Where are we going? What's going to happen? And so, whatever is going to happen, I think it's going to be kind of quick, and then we're going to start going in another direction, but it's going to be so jarring to so many people that it's going to put them deep into confusion and pain and sadness and depression. They didn't want to face themselves the whole time, but there's no getting away from it. You have to face yourself. It's either transition out or face yourself, because that's the way forward. That's the way to heal, is to face yourself and to see yourself. There's nobody out there who can fix you or heal you. You're the only one. And it is complete empowerment when you take it on, when you take responsibility for your own emotions and how you feel and how you're triggered and how you're affected by other people. When you take that, it's empowerment when you take responsibility for it. It isn't like you would think that puts you more in the victim role, but it doesn't. It puts you more into the role of like, oh, I am in charge. Oh, I have in charge of this. Like, nobody can make me feel bad unless I allow them to make me feel bad. I don't have to let people press my buttons. I can heal whatever it is that they are pushing on the button. So, but it's up to each person. It's up to their desires to want to have better, do better, and feel better. So it's all in a soul's thing, and every soul, is here for different purposes. And that's the importance of spending time in meditation, in communication with your higher self, so that you do understand what you're here for, and you do understand what your purpose is, and what it all means. And like I said, you're not going to get all the answers. Like, they don't just tell me like, oh, this is going to happen this day and this day. And even when I try and get very specific, I get back that same thing. We can't just tell you what's going to happen or when it's going to happen, because then you will spend your time trying to maneuver that. Or, it is when you're doing it just as free will, you're just doing it as a part of your existence, then it's natural. If you know, like, oh, this is going to happen on this day, and this is going to happen on that day, it's the same thing. It was like, well, I don't want to get in a fight with this person, so I'm not going to do that. So we start trying to manipulate the situation. So there is a big point to just having faith and knowing that it's all going to turn out for your best. It's all going to turn out okay. That you are here for this, that you are here to learn and grow from this situation. And, there's great purpose in everything that is happening. So anyways, I kind of want to get that map and look at that Great Awakening one, just to see the breakdown of how everything is connected. And I think that there's the Great Awakening map, but I think there's another one too. And, there's even those flat earth maps going around now with the expansion of outside of our ice wall. There's another one and another one. Like, it's all, it's all by vibration and dimension. It's all by experience. So when we finish this experience, then we get an expansion so that we can go into other realms, and we raise our vibration so that we can move through the other realms more easily, kind of like a ghost can move through. But you still, no matter what, you can't move past. If you vibrate lower, you can't go up into higher vibration. Your vibration has to meet you. Your vibration has to take you there. You have to do that work to go into a higher vibration place. It doesn't just happen just because you're dead and you can go into a higher vibration place. You go into a higher one than this when you're dead, but it doesn't mean that you can expand beyond where your vibration is. You can still only go to where your vibration is, and that is also, you will only understand to the limits of your understanding. That's why it's so important to just keep opening your mind, broadening your perspective, looking at things in a bigger way, trying to get as much perspective from as many different people as possible so that you can expand your own thinking, because that is how you raise your vibration. It all has to do with love, acceptance. And that's why when people are sitting there saying you got to fear God and stuff like that, that's not That's not the creator of all things. That is not the natural creator. That is not what you are a fractal of. That is a creation that is meant to control, and meant to control through fear and anger. So the natural creator of creation, souls and nature and natural and all that stuff, that is all about love, acceptance, connection, and unifying. And it's all to come together as a collective to know our part and to still be able to represent self. So there's a whole thing to this expansion of enlightenment and your spiritual growth and what you're going through here. And if you're just focused all the time on what's going on outside of you, then it is holding back the things that you're trying to heal inside of you. So it's important to not focus on all of the shit that is constantly going down if you've got things to heal, because that needs to be your main focus. And some of the stuff going on could be bringing up what you've got to heal. Like for me, I've got to get it into my mind about faith and trust, and not sitting here worrying, because it hasn't happened yet. And when's it going to happen? And all the stuff that I worry about and I stay focused on. I'm supposed to be learning how to let go. And it's like that thing that stuck out to me in the very beginning: let go, let God, let go, let God. It's like I'm constantly being shown that or taught that, like, just let go, Gilly, just let go, let it happen. It's all going to be all fine. It's all going to work out. But to me, it's just this daily grind of getting up and just, I think a big part is definitely the loneliness, when you don't have people that you jive with, that people don't like, you feel stifled, you don't feel heard, you don't feel seen, you don't feel connected. I'm connected to Stella, I'm connected to the people I talk on here, and then I have some that I talk on TikTok, but TikTok has put me in the wasteland lately. Like, it's so annoying. And same here, same with YouTube. And that's where when people sit there and say like one of these platforms is different than the other. No, I think Facebook and Instagram are probably the worst. Twitter, Twitter's still, I'm banned forever, whatever that is. But, there's something where these two start doing the same thing at the same time. Like, that's not by accident. There's the algorithms. And I know that they somehow are following some of us, that they know, they know the people they want to shut up. They know the people that they don't want to be speaking. And, I've got to just be grateful that, I'm not having to start all the way back over, because there's a lot of people who are having to start all the way back over. So, I got to just stay in the positive. Like, I'm so excited that I still have this, that I can still come on here and talk. And, even if it's just a couple people that get to hear me, at least, there's an outlet for my voice. So anyways, I've been talking a long time. So I will talk to you later. I'm going to go to the post office today and go get water. So I'm going to venture out, and, I'm sure it's just another day out there of just nonsense. But anyways, I will talk to you later. Bye.